Good morning. Good morning, Roz. Good morning, Shirley. Nice to see you here. Lovely sunny day here, but windy. I don't know why everyone always gives you a weather forecast when we start, but we do, don't we? Morning, Jane. Morning, June. Nice to see you. Hope you're all fit and well. Good morning, Karen. Hi, Linda. See you tomorrow, Linda. See you all tomorrow. Tomorrow would have been the start of our weekend down here with workshops with John Lockwood. So we're all a bit sad, really, because it can't happen. So unfortunately, we can't do that, but we have managed to put that all on until September. So I'm looking forward to that. But we are getting together with a group of us online on our Zooming, and we'll be able to do it there as well, so that's good. Morning, Jill. Morning, Lynn, Catherine, Heather, Pat. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. Morning, Anne. Anne, I noticed where you lived in the most beautiful, looking up an address for something completely different, and then I saw where I thought I recognised that place there. Looks lovely. So, okay. Fancy Fold Friday today, and today we're going to be doing a W fold card. I don't know, we'll be doing an ABC of card folding at this moment, but we've done a Z fold and we've done a double Z fold, and so today we're going to be doing I do seem to be having a little bit of an issue here with good old streaming of Facebook Live, so bear with me if it sort of comes to a bit of a halt here. Anyway, W fold card. It is such a simple card, but really pretty. It can use up all sorts of different bits and pieces. Whoops, hold on. Wrecking their happy home here. And so I thought I'd show you how it goes. Okay, the staff have been very busy this morning. They have decorated the house with bunting and Union Jacks, etc., etc. We have made quite sure that we've got it the right way around, you'll be pleased to hear. And our neighbours have. So yes, he's taking a well-earned rest just for the moment. Yeah, we have almost started the ABC fold the wrong way round, haven't we? Start at Z and working backwards. Anyway, the W fold card. Right, so the finished card is an A6 size card, so that's sort of like a 6x4. So it is a smaller card than I normally have worked on, but I found that if I start giving people details of how to make these cards on anything other than from an A4 cardstock, quite difficult these days to get hold of the 12x12 cards stock. There isn't an awful lot of it around in the card making bit. There is for scrapbooking and things like that, but I find that my suppliers don't actually stock a lot of the 12x12 cards, so I like to do it as if it's from an A4 card, and I put all the instructions on there. Aren't I good? Okay. So here is one version. So coloured cards, papers, so we can use up some of those, but when you open it, you have got the 4 panels. I wish I could show you it properly. Goodness me. Can you see that all in its glory now? Probably my feet as well and half the table. So that is all our glory card there. Okay. So it's quite pretty, isn't it? And as you can see, if you turn it round that way, you've got your W. That's why it's the W fold card. So really easy, and let's do a start for you. So I'm going to leave that up the top so that you can see it if you still want to follow it along. So I've got my trusty trimmer. And I'm going to take an A4 piece of card. Now, when I say cut in half lengthways, I mean down that way, and half of this is 10.5 centimetres. So I'm just lining my 10.5 centimetre mark and checking that it's the same down here as well. and then just cutting that in half. Now I do want this piece as well, so that's my main piece of card, so I'm going to pop that there. I also need to cut a slither off of this, so at 3 centimetres. So I need one of them as well, like that. And then from this piece of card, I need to cut it at 6, what have I said? 6.5 by 6.5. So you could make it just fractionally bigger, but not a lot, 7 centimetres. So I've cut that whole length to 6.5. And now I'm going to go and cut 4 pieces at 6.5 as well. So I'm just feeding the card in, so up to the 6.5 centimetre mark. I can see that the camera's wobbling, sorry. So I have got 4 pieces, 6.5 centimetres by 6.5. So you can see I've only wasted just that little bit from one A4 card, which I think is pretty good going. Okay, so that is my card. I'm also, whilst I'm cutting, I'm going to cut out some of the pieces that need to go into the centre of it. So I've taken another piece of white card in this case, and I've cut that out. So, I have embossed it, I beg your pardon, embossed it so it's just the tiny little dots, so nothing. And these pieces are going to be 10 centimetres. I need 3 of them all together. So 10 centimetres by, and I'm sorry about this measurement, 14.3. I know it's a bit of a funny measurement, but that's the size that we need. And we need 3 of those pieces. So I just need to check this one again. 10 centimetres. Yeah, I like the idea of hardly any waste. It is, you can't always get it, obviously. But as I say, if you start giving people measurements of a card that is a 12 by 12, it's disappointing because not everyone can immediately go away and start having a trial at it. So I've got 3 pieces that are 10 centimetres by 14.3. Now, when I've put on here 29.7, that's only the whole length of an A4 card. So don't need to be worrying about whether you've measured 29.7. It is the full length of the A4 card. So I've cut those pieces. And I have also already cut 4 pieces that are 6 by 6 because they are going to go in the centre of that bit there. Okay, so let's put this all together and show you just how simple this is to make. So here is my first piece that was 10.5 by the whole length of the A4 card, and I'm half and burnish that down there. Now you could score it before, but I don't know about you, I have found that scoring the cards in what should be in half doesn't seem to work very well. It just doesn't seem to be exactly in half, and it drives me mad that it's not in half. Oh, sorry that your laptop's playing up. So that's your base card. This is your W. So for this bit, we simply need to fold that piece in half as well. Taking that to there. That's just folded in half. Then I'm going to take this strip and bring it down to the folded edge and burnish that bit. Turn it over and bring this bit down to the folded bit as well and burnish that bit. And then when I pick it up, you will see that it's the W. Okay, so just bring out the card here. So when we open this card up, we've got to put our inserts in first. So let's do that first. So this is the card front, and it's going to have, whoops, that's the bit I didn't cut. It's going to have our centerpiece put into there. So I'm just going to do that. I used some pattern paper to put on the front there. So it's up to you. As I said, it's a good way of keeping your using your patterned paper. But, you know, the only thing with the pattern paper is you have to just make sure that the actual pattern that you're using fits in okay. And, you know, you don't want a pattern that's going to come in upside down or a pattern that's a bit too big. You need to look at what pattern you've got. What I've got here was Butterfly Dreams or something. I have noticed that the connection is not all that good. Oh, so annoying. So annoying. I did think of trying to do a YouTube live and wonder whether that might be any better connection. Not quite sure. We might give that a go. It's the same thing, but you watch it via YouTube as opposed to via Facebook. We might give it a go. Because there's nothing more frustrating than trying to watch something and it keeps on jumping at all. So I'm just putting the panels into place. So you can see that it leaves a little border all the way around because we cut it out like that. So that's our card. And then we simply take, our W fold. Now you need that point of the W to be uppermost towards you, not that way round, because you ain't gonna shut your card that way round. That way round. And you need to be putting glue onto this panel. So you've got 4 panels and the glue is going to go onto the outer 2 panels. So if we put the glue onto this bit first, and I'm going to stick that halfway roughly on my base here. And the one thing I would say is you do need to have, let me bring it up closer to the camera, the edge of this W onto the edge of the card. So not onto the, not onto the edge of the white card, otherwise it will stick out and it won't close. It will close, but the middle bit will stick out. So you just need to have that red card matching up to the other side. Then I'm going to close it and do this bit. I found this is the easiest way to do it, and then close the card. Press down a bit, and so that when you open the card you have your W fold with W fold upside down from your point of view. Take this out by a second. So then we need to assemble our pieces here. So we already cut out the 4 6.5 by 6.5. So now we need to pop these bits in. Now you can, I'm going to decorate it in a very funky, well not funky, but sort of fun way today. But you can do anything here. You could always put your sentiments birthday. You could put one of the sentiments on here. And I would recommend that you stamp on it before you actually put it together. But that's entirely up to you. But for today, we will, do that the other way round. So I want to make it square. So I've stuck all those pieces onto there. It could be red, white and blue. Yep, it certainly could. So now we're going to stick these into place. And there's only one trick I would suggest here, is that depending on where you put them on here, depends on where to stick them down. If you put glue all the way round on the back of there, wherever you stick that and then you close your card, it's going to have glue on and you're going to end up with a bit of a mess. So the only place you need to have glue on is really this bit. So I would recommend that you actually put your glue onto these panels as opposed to here, because then you can be sure that where your glue is where it's supposed to be and not on these bits so that it doesn't stick. Now let me just show you another one. So with this one at the same length all along, okay, this is where I was saying about putting the sentiment on beforehand. And then, you know me and butterflies, I had to put a little butterfly on there. We can see all the butterflies there as well. With this one, which I haven't finished doing the front of, but this is staggered. So they're slightly bigger. They are 7 centimetres by 7 centimetres for the darker colour, and then 6.5 by 6.5 for the inner bit. And these are the typography alphabet stamps from John Next Door that came out about a year ago. And I just thought they looked very nice as well. I mean, obviously, you've either got to have someone that's only got 4 letters to their name, or a word like love or hope or Noel or Xmas or something like that, but it's just a different way. So here you can see I've staggered them so that I've got one on that side and that side that are both at the same half and half, but then the ones in the middle are staggered slightly up and slightly down. The only thing you need to remember is not to get, if I flatten it like that you can't get this square higher than the card, because then it's going to look a bit daft. So it just needs to be slightly staggered. Okay, so I'm going to put my 2 on the ends. So a little bit of glue and more or less put that in half there. And let's do the other end. Half there, and then I'm actually going to put these excuse me, I'm actually going to put these in line today. Oops, move that over so it's a bit more central. So obviously you could do these centre bits in any different colours that you like. It's entirely up to you. It's just, as I said earlier, it just uses the whole card, the 4 pieces all cut from the same piece of card. So I'm just going to press that down because all of the pieces are folded in there, if you can see. Okay, so there's your card. Let's just finish it off because we can't have a card that's not. I'm going to take this happy birthday here. This is an old tonic, I think, happy birthday. I do like that. I like to have a big font that's the whole sentiments all done for the front cover. And then I've used the Gemini elements, the happy birthday elements, and these are meant for the pop-up box, but they obviously can go with anything. And what they are is that there's a set of dies and a set of stamps, numbers, I've got balloons, I've got birthday cake, I've got presents, and I've got all the dies that go with it as well. Okay, so I have already coloured a few in. So if we put our happy birthday up there with maybe, hold on, birthday cake and presents down the bottom. Now I should really have got my sticky sheet for this, because this is but I'm going to just put a bit of glue on the back of my hand and hope for the best with this. That's the only thing of sticking sentiments, isn't it? Do you like it, Alison? I'm glad you do. It's really simple, isn't it? But it just makes just something a bit different, really. I'm all for just a bit different, but without too much, well, not fuss, but too much hardship. It's all very well when you see some of these beautiful cards that I see that are really exquisitely cut out and everything. But if you know, with craft knife, they are really lovely, but unfortunately for a lot of people that's quite difficult to achieve because they can't sort of hold with that sort of thing. So with how many I might do quite like that. So I'm going to put my balloons and bits and pieces on there. Then I'm going to open that out. So how you do this, and I've already cut some out here. So that's the stamp. It comes out like that. And because I want this to be a colourful thing, I'm just going to take some alcohol marker pens, and I'm just going to... Now you could cut the dies on this straight from coloured card. The die itself really needs the stamp to go with it, which is why it all comes together, because if you didn't do that, you haven't got the definition. If you look at the actual die itself, unless you've actually got the stamp on it, it's like a funny shape, really. So you really do need that definition of the stamp on first. Whoops. So just going to colour these in. So you've got all sorts of ideas. It could be children. Some of the Stampin' Up, what am I talking about? Some of the Sue Wilson recent dies that have come out with the little animals, the farmyard animals and the zoo animals. They would look really good on here. You could have them in each of the little panels. So that's something that one might try for children or for adults alike, obviously. Up doing it. So just talk amongst yourselves while I play about. I love colouring. Don't do it very much these days. So I'm just going to colour in these last balloons here. Now I'm not going to cut this out because I have already cut some out, but I just wanted to show you that if you're going to use anything like this, this one is really, you do need to have the colour them all colours. And because I've gone with a red card here, I wanted to do them really bright colours because I think you can see that that sort of colour would really pop on there. And so in grand fashion, here's some that I've already done and already cut out. So we can get them onto there, maybe like that. I've also got some more cake. And you could put your numbers onto here, maybe. Let's have a look. Cut out. Like so. So you can make it ideal card for a teenager, isn't it, really? Like this. What are you having problems with, Fiona? Oh, not Fiona. I can't see what it is that Wendy was asking. So it looks like it's been answered by June and Fiona. So thank you, whatever it is that you've asked. Sorry, I can't see what that bit, because that bit's already gone. So as you can see in different ways, this one most definitely I would suggest was either someone that really likes butterflies or a woman, maybe. I put it as a happy birthday, but it could be anything. This one, if I was to get a lovely golden sentiment or something, could be a golden wedding even, something a bit different with the words. That's all embossed, obviously, gold embossed onto there. It's a really big die set. It's beautiful. Sorry, not die set, stamp set. You can see they're massive. Really lovely. You've got beautiful font on there and that sort of thing as well. And obviously there's a letter of the alphabet with some ands and ambersands and things. So yeah, that one could be much for a different occasion there, for anniversary. And then this one can be for a boy or a girl, teenager, 6-year-old, and depending on what colours you do it, depending on anything, whether it really can look quite different. I will stick those on in just a second, but just to show you again, there's the front of the card. So something quite simple with your W fold card. That's a different version for you. Okay, so The stamp fonts, Marion, these, if we're talking about those, everything that I've got on here that is still available, so I'm afraid things like Happy Birthday and that was, I don't know how long ago, I got it at a garden centre, a craft show, oh blimey, about 8 years ago, so I don't think that one's available anymore. But anything like this is all on the Facebook Live product section from maximumcrafts.com. So if you just type in maximumcrafts.com and then it's all on there, on Facebook Live, anything that you will have seen on updated, because they do go quickly, anything that's on there, but you're welcome to go and have a look, and those are all on there. As I say, they aren't the cheapest product, I have to say, but they are huge and they are just perfect for weddings and anniversaries and monograms, for that sort of thing. Beautiful. And in this case, for the word love, which I think is rather lovely. You could obviously colour these in as well. So, thank you very much for attending today. Let's just put that up there and hold that one over there so you can see. My next card session with you, Facebook Live session, will be on Sunday morning with the Sunday special. And that will be at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning, but I will put the notice up the day before so that you can see. And I'm looking forward to seeing my group of ladies who we should have been getting all really excited because John locked with us, but unfortunately you've only got me. So those people who are coming, it's going to be great to see you. And we're going to have a great time anyway. So, yes, you could do all sorts with this, couldn't you? Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you're going to be able to watch it there. Mr. Motivator, Fiona, I can't believe it. I can't believe, unless you're calling your husband Mr. Motivator, I've no idea. So I'm off to coffee with my friend. Have a great day. If you are doing anything for the VA, not celebrations. I hate calling it celebrations because it isn't celebrating, is it really? Not celebrating, but the acknowledgement of the VA 75th anniversary. If you are doing anything for that, I hope it will weather. I think in most of the country would have been just perfect for anything like that was going to go on in the next couple of days. And yet we'll still be indoors, but that's the safest place. So if you are going to do anything, do it at a distance. Have a great day, and I shall see some of you tomorrow and hopefully some more of you on Sunday morning at the next Facebook Live at 11. Okay, thank you very much. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.